Don Quixote.
What's up? What was your trail name again?
The Whittler.
The Whittler. Okay. Well, pleased to meet you. And I'll, well, you're going the other direction. I was going to say I'll see you up the trail, but I'll see you out there somewhere someday, I'm sure.
Right on.
Have a good one.
Thank you. You too.
Morning. It's day 125. I'm leaving Bake Oven Knob Shelter, which is a cute little tiny old 1930s log cabin shelter. I'm not really sure what today holds. It's really hot today again, so I need to be mindful of that. I was starting to really sweat out while I was breaking camp because it was in a little clearing in direct sun at this time of day. And I started worrying that, holy cow, if this is how it's going to be today, and I'm in trouble. But as soon as I got on trail, I'm in the shade and I'm moving, which causes a little bit of airflow, so it's not so bad. I must be gently climbing because I'm short of breath to talk. But there's a shelter in just under 7 miles. There's the Lehigh River Gap Gorge is in about 8.5 miles, both of which seem too short for the day, but it will be the middle of the heat of the day when I reach Lehigh. And the climb out of Lehigh is a vertical rock scramble, which will be, 2 or 3 in the afternoon for me, which may not be wise. There's a blaze. All right, at least this one's got some water. The last cache with the coolers was empty. I'm hearing voices. These trees have a different look all of a sudden, and only on one side of the trail. The aroma's right here. Really nice, amazing, floral, kind of. Almost like air freshener sweet. Gotta say, that's really pretty. I'm gonna take a break right here. I've been hiking for about 3 hours. It's really slow going. The heat is really hot, although I have a nice little breeze right this moment. 87. The rocks haven't been terrible. There's only been like a couple of little boulder fields right at the beginning. But by and large, it's been a smoothish, flat path with, but still with lots of embedded rocks. So we're not having to clamber over boulder fields, but still having to watch your feet and all that. Anyway, I'm taking a break at this campsite. It's too beautiful to pass up. And We're in a squiggly tree fern base forest. It's very cool. And this beautiful pine bed campsite here. Man, I gotta say, I'm just not feeling it today. I probably haven't even walked 5 miles. I've taken 2 breaks, both of them pretty long. The heat has kind of calmed down a little. I don't know, maybe the cloud cover or something. But you know, the trail couldn't be flatter, and for this section of Pennsylvania, probably could not be smoother. And I'm just like not motivated to do 15-mile days right now. And that's not even a huge number. And I'm wondering if it's partly to do with having lost touch again with the group of people I was hiking with. I guess it was the zero in Reading that now everybody that was kind of nearby within a day of is an additional day further ahead. And right now I'm hiking in a bubble of nothing, like there's nobody. Suddenly came over the crest onto this side of the ridge, and you can hear all the traffic from the valley, the town down there. I'm assuming that's, well, I don't have my map open. So that down there is Bowman's town. And then there's another one further up that we can see that way. It's Palmerton. Yeah, it just looks like you reach out and touch it. It's so relatively close. We just came around a bend. I believe that's Palmerton right there. It's a little bit further. We were previously looking at this this cluster of houses, whatever that is. I can hear motorcycles off in the distance. Sounds like they're climbing up the mountain. So yes, I did pull the, I don't know, I'm trying to think of a movie character that wears a hat like this. Not a fedora, so I guess it's none of the above, but yeah, so I pulled the old sun hat out of retirement, since I am carrying it with me and I'm hardly ever wearing it. But this little stretch, which on paper it looks like this used to be a scenic blue blaze, and they converted it to the AT and left the other one as the bad weather bypass, the short one that's over in the woods. But you know, this turns out it's about a mile longer, but it turns out it's quite lovely, the views and everything, and there's actually a little bit of a breeze. So pull this hat out of retirement because hood up with the baseball cap was just too hot. Not a lot of airflow around my head when the hood's up, even though it's sun protection. This is much breezier. So I'm glad I held on to it for the time being. don't know if I would make this my permanent hat, but it works when I'm hiking in the open. I just feel, it doesn't feel like backpacking light ethic, carrying two hats. So one of these days I'll pull the trigger on one hat or the other. So yeah, I called it fairly early today, 7.5 miles by 3:30. I was feeling better towards the end of the day than I was this morning, but within the next 2 miles, there's a significant climb up the, like a cliffy rock scramble, and so I wanted to do that first thing in the morning with fresh legs. And also there's a spring right here, so I can do camp and dinner water on this with the spring, and then pack out water in the morning. Good grief, it's only 5 right now, and I'm sitting in my hammock working on videos, and probably at 5:30 or so I'll take a break from that and make dinner. It sounds like some other hikers just showed up at the shelter behind me. Let's see if we can catch a glimpse of the shelter behind me through the, there it is. Right there. Yeah, this shelter is one of the old crusty log cabin ones from the 1930s. It smells like, I don't know, it just smells old. It's halfway down a steep descent, so it's mostly just a rocky path, not a lot of tent sites, but I was able to find a spot for a hammock over here on the side on a little trail that goes up into the woods. It's probably everybody's privy trail, poop trail. So I don't know where they're gonna go now. Everything's too rocky, but I found this whole fern glade I'm in the middle of. It's rather comfortable. Yeah, there's a couple of hikers. Well, there's my camp, obscured by drying laundry. Really just sweat-soaked laundry. And the shelter's down this way. Oh, look, it's no rush the elder.